Finally made it back upstairs to the booth. You guys, I'm Mr. Sark. I'm joined by Patrick from DICE, all the way from Sweden, and he's here to talk Battlefield finally. Day 3. I've been wanting to chat about Battlefield because I've been locked in here for 2.5 days. So we're going to finally talk Battlefield. You and I had a chance to talk a little bit downstairs, but we're going to just lay the groundwork here. You guys came in here at the press conference showing off the tank scenario.
Yeah.
It looks like real war. It almost doesn't even look fun. It looks like you might die.
Yeah.
What goes into that? Like in that scenario, are you driving the tank?
Of course.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
All right. So, how far into the campaign is that? Is that taking
that's
place?
kind of mid through the campaign.
Okay.
Somewhere where you drive the tank.
What other vehicles are we going to be terrified to get behind the wheel of because it's so realistic?
Well, first of all, in multiplayer you will be able to man all vehicles. There's no restrictions really. In single player you want to kind of let you try everything out. So everything from tanks to jeeps to jets, you will be able to man yourself in one way or the other. So our goal is to use the power of what the Battlefield game is all about and give that to the player in single player and multiplayer.
So one of my favorite things, I'm going to nerd out on you for a while on a bunch of stuff, but one of my favorite things about the Battlefield franchise is the sound design.
Yeah.
Why is it that Battlefield always sounds so amazing?
The quick answer is that we have probably the best sound designers in the world, period. That's the core reason.
Yeah.
They have great vision, they have great technical skill, they know everything about sound and what makes things important. And then of course we have a lot of cool technology that is kind of derived from their urges to create a better sounding game. So the kind of sound engine is very, very advanced to be able to let these things happen. If you have a kind of set scenario, it's easy to do a sound mix, but if you have a very living world, it's really hard to know when should something change in volume and stuff like that. So you can do it with live mixers and stuff like that. We have something we call HDR audio, which more or less works like audio in real life.
Right.
So if you're alone in the forest, you can hear the grass when you walk, and you can hear a twig snap. But if an explosion then blows next to you, you won't hear any of those. So the engine actually moves then the hearing up to a different decibel level, which makes all the important sounds then be loud.
See, that's the difference, and the distant chatter of gunfire, all that.
It's reflections of sounds and everything that makes it feel real, and that's very important for us.
Now you guys have stepped up the Frostbite engine a bit that this game is running on, and I was just telling you I started a little bit of an internet war talking about game engines and people judging games based on the engine, which I said is not fair.
No.
They should not be judging Battlefield 3 based on its engine, but based on what you're doing with that engine. Because I mean, you guys are pushing this to the breaking point as far as what the engine will do.
Yeah, and again, the engine is the tool. You need a great tool to make a great thing, but if you don't have a great vision or great people, that doesn't really matter. We see bad games on great engines and great games on really bad engines, actually. So I would say that the reason why we have this engine is because we had to build it to be able to kind of live our vision for what Battlefield 3 should be. So of course we kind of customize the engine to fit our needs. But I would say any game could be built with this engine, because since Battlefield is such a versatile game, you could probably make any game with it. You can see Need for Speed is now being built with the Frostbite 2 engine, which is another proof that the engine is very versatile.
That's right. And that's also proof that I win the internet war. Boom! Engine war. Sark 1, everyone else 0. What else we got? We've got, you guys are showing, I mean, multiplayer is playable.
Yeah.
We sent somebody over to get hands-on. I have not yet, and it's just depressing me, actually. Moment of silence for my lack of Battlefield to C3. What are the people that are over there, the fortunate people playing Battlefield right now, experiencing in what you're presenting over there?
Well, first of all, we have a 4.5 hour line outside our booth.
Yeah, I don't want anything to do with that.
And that makes you feel a bit uncomfortable, because what if you stand in line for 4 hours and then people come out feeling disappointed? That haven't happened so far. People come out.
On your end, that's stressful.
Yeah, it's very stressful.
Yeah.
You want people to feel like it's worth it, and apparently it is worth it, because there are more and more people standing in line now. and people come out feeling very, very happy. This is the Battlefield game that a lot of people have been waiting for. Battlefield Bad Company 2 was a great game. We're upping the ante. We're going back to our roots from Battlefield 2, and then adding all the cool stuff from that game together with a lot of experience from the Battlefield Bad Company series, and then creating to us the ultimate Battlefield game.
Multiplayer details. I don't know how much you can say here today, but looking forward, when we're all happily on our couches with Battlefield 3, what's a multiplayer lobby going to look like? How many players? How many game modes? What game modes? Whatever you can speak to.
Yeah, some of this is of course under wraps still.
Yep.
In general, we have 24 players for consoles and 64 players for PC, or up to 64, you could say. We want the game to be scalable and be adjustable to your play style, of course. Game modes, the only game modes we've been announcing so far is, of course, having Conquest, which is a classic Battlefield game mode. We're introducing Rush into the core Battlefield series, where you more or less have a journey through a map rather than having a set arena. So you play through different sections, and the game we're playing here at E3 is a Rush mode in Paris, where you start out in a park, you fight your way down into the subway system, and then fight your way back up into the streets of Paris.
Got it.
And I would say that map is probably 5 times the size of any other first-person shooter arena-sized map. And then, of course, we're actually adding a game mode that, for a lot of people, this should have been the classic one that should have been in Battlefield before, which is Team Deathmatch. It's a shocker,
Sure.
I know.
I love it.
But people have been actually asking for it for so long, and I don't know why we've been ignoring it. But this time we're just putting it back in.
Not anymore.
You will have that together with destruction and vehicles, of course, to kind of spice things up a bit, Battlefield style.
And you guys are looking at October?
Yes, October 25.
October 25th. I gotta ask you, are you sweating it at all? Because right now there's just two 800-pound gorillas in the shooter department. Because we got Modern Warfare 3, we got Battlefield. How do you sleep at night?
I sleep pretty well, actually.
Yeah, I would too if I had trailers like you guys have at E3.
Well, to be honest, we are building Battlefield. We're not trying to build a copy of someone else, and I know hopefully our competition is not trying to build a copy of Battlefield. At least that's what I'm hoping. We can see that we're getting better and better at building our type of first-person shooters. We're still alone, I would argue, in the market with destruction and vehicles.
Yep.
And we have a very deep, gun persistence tree. We have all
Absolutely.
that. So I think if you want this type of game, then we don't have any competition. You shouldn't compare us to other shooters.
Yeah.
Because it's quite different.
Which is something I've also been saying for a long time. It's not fair to compare Battlefield and COD. Two different games.
Yeah.
And liking one or the other is not, you don't have to do one or the other. You can enjoy both those games.
Yeah.
Well, your showing here at E3 is spectacular. Everything I've seen is mind-blowing, and I'm actually bummed out that I haven't played it yet. I'm going to try and I don't see it happening. I'm going to try and get over there and play it.